Hi there, welcome back to Family Fire Mission. I'm Jaden, here to bring you our SITREP number 1, going over our first monthly update. So, a little recap, who we are. We're a single income military family looking to build a $30,000 dividend income stream. We started really back in August, but we haven't started essentially journaling this journey through these videos until November. So this is our first SITREP. Why are we doing this? We want to supplement our primary income for some nice to have things for our kids in our home. And how are we doing it? Investing in core ETFs focused on growth and high yield ETFs focused on income, a combination of the two that we'll get into. So if you look at the intro video, the last video we did, I had two separate spreadsheets. I have so far combined them into one. So we'll go over real quick. We're looking at a monthly income goal of about $3,000, contributing about $1,500 a month from savings to, well, not really savings, I guess, investing from my paycheck to the account. At this calculated rate, it should be September of 2027 when we actually start hitting $3,000 a month. And then at our current expense, monthly expense rate, it would take about another 2 years, almost, year and a half, to make the income just from the investments. So we're going to move on into the plan. So we are right here, essentially at month number 1, looking at trying to get a portfolio goal of almost $19,000, income goal of about $555 this month. But as we'll see later on, we didn't hit those goals, but that's all right. We're getting there. This is our setup. So we're looking at percentage of the portfolio that each of these ETFs are going to be at the end. We are not there yet. We don't have, so this is saying that for approximately $105,000, we would need, to meet our income goals, we need 9,000 in XDTE, 9,000 in SPY-I, 9,000 in YMAX, 15,000, almost 16,000 in BTCI, and about 26,000 in VTI, which is our core growth one, along with SCHG. So this is the plan. And then from here, we go on to our position monitor page here. And this actually has the number of shares owned, the current price and value, and therefore how much more we need to buy in order to reach our goal. So for SPY-I, currently don't have any shares of SPY-I, so we need to buy the entire $9,000 that we saw in the previous tab. Looking here, I did update some of the priorities, so I put QDTE and XDTE as priority 2, and YMAX and WPay as priority 1. The income generated from YMAX and WPay is significantly more than XDTE and QDTE, so I want to prioritize an early boost in income that is riskier. I understand it's a riskier strategy. That way we can be able to use that to compound more efficiently the future purchases of shares for QDTE. And once we get to our priority 2s, QDTE, XDTE, and then we're going to do our growth ones, VTI and SCHG there. That way we maintain a good portfolio balancing of high risk and relatively stable trends with the market, VTI being the total stock market from Vanguard. So that's the plan. So putting in $1,500, expect to put in $1,500 this month. That would be at some point 70 shares of WiMAX, 14 of WPay, and 6 of blocks. So we'll look to do that by the end of the month of December. All right, so portfolio summary, nothing really to report here. No new ETFs or anything like that purchased. We'll look at the month of November here. We had a strategy with Ulti early in the month. I decided to sell out of Ulti and take a 20% hit on or loss on that. I didn't like the way that was trending, and then from that we essentially re-strategized into our current strategy of blocks, XDTE, QDTE, BTCI, and then added some more WPay and WiMAX with the shares from, or the money from the selling the shares of Ulti. Then we have significant dividends here, which totaled about $62 in a week, and then another $60 the following week. So within the last 2 weeks of November, we had approximately $120 of dividends, which is pretty good. It's an increase from the week before, which is what we're looking to have, is month over month. I mean, ideally week over week, but month over month for sure increases in dividends. So looking at the cash register, so I have $439 of margin that's been used. You can see I made some purchases back here in the middle of the month, and that caused me to go into a little bit of margin, use a little bit of margin there, and then the prices on blocks, QDTE, XDTE, they plummeted and then came back, and so during that dip I bought some blocks, QDTE and XDTE, not a lot, but just a little bit to try and dollar cost average down a little bit. And since then, just collecting dividends that are paying back towards that margin amount. So then new tab here, so we have a monthly monitor. So month 0, essentially when we started this journey on YouTube, at least, where we started, what the goal is, and then we'll go through this. So at the start of December, about $16,500. We're almost $2,000 short of our goal. The market is not being very kind to us right now, and that's all right. Dividends aren't too far off though. $70 difference, primarily in the Ulti shares. So if I'd kept that Ulti, we would have been well over the dividend amount there, but because I sold that for a less risky strategy to start with, we're a little off on our dividend goals. Margin was marginally used, and then again off on investment values. Total deposited $23.50 last month. Our cost basis is $15,255, so we're up about $1.3 thousand, so $1,300 there. 97% margin available. and we are we were a little high on margin because the market dipped, and I wanted to take advantage of that. And then we'll look at our weekly. So specifically looking at the November weeks here, we've kind of covered it on our last video a little bit. So we've gone up, we've gone down in total value of the account, or the investments rather, have gone down almost every week except this last week leading up to Black Friday. Black Friday was a significant reason for this 6% increase in the last week in November there. But leading up to it, I mean, it was 3 weeks in a row of -3, -2, -4 almost percent. So then you can see the investment losses at, almost $1,800, get back almost $900, almost half of that last week alone. So that was pretty good. But the income portion is what I'm really looking for, and that's gone up. So I had Ulti in this week, I had Ulti in this week, and then I sold it. And so these are the two most current and accurate income amounts here at $50 and $71 per week. Looking to increase this, if we get a $10 increase per week, that'd be phenomenal. But little charts here showing the overall performance here week by week. So you can see we went up pretty good in value because I added $6,000 here and $2,350 here, about 3 weeks apart. And then the return though has gone down. This is that 3 weeks in a row going down, and then recovered last week due to Black Friday. And then we've got our daily tracker here. I put in the script so it automatically takes this information. Today's December 3rd, which is why you see December 1st and 2nd in there already. And so we have the unrealized gains here, approximately $1,350 right now. And then the portfolio value really hasn't changed much. The cash amount hasn't really changed much. Dividends collected obviously has gone up here. Realized gains, no change. I haven't sold anything. But yeah, so that's where we're at. We have a long way to go in this journey to get there. We're currently at, let's just add this up real quick. $293 in the month of November. We're looking to get to 3,000. So that, add a 0 to that, and we're looking better there. So we'll see how much we can improve here. And yeah, if this is interesting, you can like, comment, subscribe, whatever. If you are looking for something specific or specific ideas or why I'm thinking what I'm thinking, I would recommend you comment. I might be able to help out with spreadsheet things, but I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just what I have done, and it's just my journey in the stock market. So don't take this as advice, but this is our journey. We're trying to build freedom through consistency. So yeah, that's Family Fire Mission, and we'll see you next time.